All right, Hans Themistode, FightHype.com, here with Andre Rozier. How you feeling today, man?
What the deal? What the deal? What the deal, nephew?
All right, gotta talk about your big time win with Slim. Went overseas, beat Salt Papi. How was the whole experience, man?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, nephew. That whole event, that was some crazy shit. I've never seen anything like it. It was insane. Sometimes at certain points, overly insane. When Dennis hit Logan in the head with the microphone, which was ridiculous. Actually, could have hurt him with that. That's where I sort of fell off from it. And then to have them go in the ring and perform like they did, it really turned me off. But going back to the points which were exciting, there was a bout between a young man named Dean and a kid from Detroit. I don't remember his name. Fantastic bout. And then truly the bout of the night was Slim and Salt Papi. That was, if anything, they should have been the main event.
What were your thoughts on Salt Papi as a fighter, man?
Oh, listen, I love that kid. That, out of all those athletes, I'm gonna call them athletes. I'm gonna give them that respect because it takes a lot to get up in that ring and fight, even if you're not fighting. He has the capability of making the crossover from misfit or YouTube boxing, as they call it, to actual boxing. And the second one is Slim. Slim is coming from behind the schedule. Salt Papi had some amateur experience and everything else. Slim had absolutely none. So Slim is really working and learning on the job, and he performed very well. It was insane. I was very proud of him.
By the time the fight ended, did you think that Slim was behind on the cards, man?
Oh, I knew we were. It was a 5-round fight, and Salt Papi had the first 2 rounds. Slim came on, so it might have been even. If it had to go to the 5th round, we'd have to see who was going where. It was close though. It was close. But once Slim turned on that fire, he threw that double right hand, and Salt Papi was on the canvas. I said, "Uh-oh, hey, it's over now."
What do you want to see next for Slim? I mean, he has options. He could fight KSI, could fight maybe Tommy Fury, could fight Jake Paul. Are those the fights you're kind of looking for? Because those are big money fights, man.
Well, Salt Papi was supposed to be that guy. Now you have to give credit to Slim. He's 7-0 with 5 knockouts. They love him over there in England. Oh, I never saw anything like that in my life. It was insane. All the fighters on the real circuit should have that type of love from their fans because it was insane. So, I mean, I'd like to see him get sharper, of course, and we're going to work hard on making sure he gets better and better. He improved 100% from his last bout. And it just takes time. It's a learning curve.
But do you actually see him fighting like the likes of like KSI, Jake Paul? Do you want to see those fights next?
Well, I think the weight differences make it a complication. Because Slim is 100. Slim could actually fight at 154 if we were talking real talk. But those guys are like 175, 190. It's kind of out of the realm. And that would be taking away any advantage he has in his punching power and his learning curve. So those bigger guys, I don't want to really see him in the ring with.
So if you're just like, okay, Jake Paul and KSI are probably a little bit too big for him. The same thing would probably be said for Tommy Fury, who's a really big guy. Would you rather see Slim kind of go like the pro route maybe? Because he kind of beat the biggest guy name wise like around his weight area.
You're
So
right.
would you kind of rather be like, okay, let's see if you could turn actual pro, bruh?
Well, I told him, I said, if you keep learning on a fast track, he can punch. So he can get rid of a whole lot of tomato cans.
Yeah.
That's not even a problem. But it's just a learning curve. And my first concern is to make sure he's always good. He's all right. I don't want to see him get hurt. I love him too much. But if he learns enough and he makes that turn around the corner of YouTuber to actual fighter, boxer, it could be interesting.
In terms of the main event, were you entertained by it? Were you just like, this is horrible? Like, what were your thoughts on it?
It was horrible. It was the worst piece of shit I've seen in a long time. Horrible. It just horrible. The co-main event and the main event shouldn't have even been on the card.
True, but
That's the real truth about it. Horrible. I think, and all the YouTubers and the people who follow them as fans, they had to feel the same way. I paid for this, and this is what I got. I mean, it could have been a sumo wrestling match. As much holding and hugging, and might as well been kissing because they were all in each other's face for so long. I mean, it was horrible.
Did you think the right guy won that fight? Tommy Fury against KSI?
I think the referee should have won the fight.
Got it. So I guess you wasn't really that intrigued by the whole fight, pretty much.
Not one single bit. I watched some points, but after that, I was like, this is ridiculous. I was pushing my love for boxing to the forefront so I could at least try to accept some of this garbage that was going on. But I couldn't. I just couldn't. It just defied the logic of boxing purists and enthusiasts, even for the excitement of like a Golden Gloves bout. Two young guys who don't know as much, but they're going at it. You didn't even see that. You saw dance lessons taking place in there.
Let's shift gears real quick to my my last subject on some actual, I don't want to say bro boxing and disrespect the YouTube guys, but some professional boxing, I guess we could say. So the official press conference of Devin Haney and Regis Prograis kicked off yesterday. They're fighting December 9th, if I'm not mistaken. San Francisco. What are your thoughts on that fight? How do you see it going down? What do you think about it?
Look at my face now. I can't wait to see it. It's a great bout. Two world champions going at it, and it's going to be very exciting. The boxing capability of Dev. Ragaru is coming. He's a force. He's coming to really try to break you up and get you out of there. The classic scenario of boxer versus puncher. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for that one.
How exactly does it play out? I mean, obviously Devin wants to stay on the outside, and Regis wants to come in close and, like you said, break his guy up. So how exactly do you see it playing out, man?
Well, I'll tell you this much, nephew. The boxer, the athlete who puts his capability on the line and controls the atmosphere the best will be the winner. If Devin can control him with his jab, with his combinations, with his movement, with his boxing IQ, he'll win. If Ragaru comes in and marauds him and roughs him and puts undue pressure on him, he'll win. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Who would you say at least has the edge? Would you say it's Devin because of his skills, or do you think that physically Regis can kind of overpower all of that skill set just because he's so strong and he hits so freaking hard? And it's also Devin's first fight at 140 pounds.
Well, see, those are key factors. Devin's moving up. Regis has been at 140 his whole career. And he's had fantastic success there. It's really, really hard to say. I give the advantage to Devin just because his skill set is very, very good. But if he allows Reach to walk him down and get close and bang him up, it could be a very long night.
Gotcha. Thank you, Dre. Really appreciate you, man.
You're very welcome. Listen, YouTube boxing is some crazy shit.